She looked at me. She looks plump. Let's eat her.
The blood of the king is in the air.
Long live King Macbeth.
May his reign be as bloody as his conscience.
His hunger for the throne ate him up. I wonder what kind of sandwich he was eating when he took up the knife. Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, to strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me, the handle towards my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form palpable, as this which I now draw. Thou marshallest me the way I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else with all the rest. I see thee still. And on thy blade thy gudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one half world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sheet. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder. Alarmed by a sentinel, the wolf who howls his wrath, thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards its design, moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear that thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it, whiles thy threat he lives. Words to the heat of the deeds to cool breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it knock, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
No. Clearly has no spine. The lady has more balls than her husband. He clearly needs some courage.
Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Thou art fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight. Art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet in form palpable, as this which I now draw. Thou marshalled me the way I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There is no such thing as the bloody business, which informs thus to mine eyes. Now over the one half word. Nature seems dead. My wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and wither murdered, alarmed by the scented the wolf, who is housed with watch, thus with his stealthy place. With Tarquin's ravishing strides towards Zion moves like a ghost. Thou sure and first said in earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear this very stones pray on my whereabout, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it, while thy shriek he lives. Where's to the heat of deeds to cold breath gives. I go, and it's done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it's a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Stop being a bunch of babbling idiots. The only reason why he wants to be king is because as we told him to. And now he lusts for the power.
Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger in which I see before me, the handle towards my hands? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not. And yet I see thee still. Art thou a fatal vision sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet in form palpable, as this which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made fools, although other senses are else worth all the rest. I see thee still, on thy blade and dungeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There are no such thing. This is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes, and now over 1/2 world. Nature seems dead. The wicked dreams of youth, the curtained sleep, witchcraft celebrates. Pale Hectate's offerings, withered murder, alarm his sentinel the wolf, whose howls his watch, and thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk for fear. Thy very stones parade of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time, which now suits with it, while I threat he lies. Words and the heat of the deeds, too cold breath give. I go, and it's done. The bell invites me. Hear not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
I resent being called a babbling idiot, but I love the foulness of your mind, so I'll let it go. For now. I am bored now, and hungry. Is there not someone else we could turn into a loaf of bread while we wait for the chicken?
Never made it as a wise man, I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man, I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me. This is